Hello again. This is Sandy from Lazy Day Crochet, and this is my follow-up for my second chemotherapy for using the ENHERTU and Perjeta treatment. And I posted my first one for the June 24th was my first chemotherapy. And then my second was July 15th. July 15th was my second. And I told you after my first one that I would get back and let you know how that went, how my second one went. And I think it went a little smoother this time. I was more prepared for the side effects. One of the biggest issues I had last time was acid reflux. This time I didn't play around. The very first day I had acid reflux, I immediately moved from laying flat in my bed to coming to the recliner, and so I could be more upright and not flat. I tried not to be flat laying in my bed, but I would just scooch down to the foot until I was flat again, right? So it wasn't helpful. So I just brought pillows, blankets, all my things, my little candies, all my drinks sitting next to a table next to me, and just camped in the recliner for a few days. That one acid reflux event for this time was the only one I had. I never had another one after sitting in this chair, and sleeping in this chair. So I'm going to take that as a win, and I will do that on my next treatment as well. That when the first sign of, because the acid reflux doesn't start immediately, and so I wasn't sure what day I would have the issue, but the first time, this go around, the first time I had acid reflux, I was in the recliner and I never had it again. I'd never woke up, either nap or in the middle of the night, with acid reflux again. So that was definitely an improvement. And then on my first chemo around, I had 6 really bad days. They were on days 6 through 11 after chemo. So chemo is day 1, right? And all the way to day 6 is when I started really getting sick, to 11. At the end of 11 is when I started feeling better. So, or on day 11 is when I started feeling better. So, so it was 6 days the first time around. This time, I had my second chemo on July 15th, and I had 5 bad days. 5 really sick bad days. They were on days 5 through 9. So today is day 10, and I woke up this morning and I felt so much better. So much better. I'm glad that I moved back into the recliner. I'm glad I moved into the recliner. I think that really helped me a lot. And then this time around, I focused a lot on fluid intake. And I did a lot of the push popsicles when the taste started happening where nothing tasted good. I did a lot of popsicles, Jello, water, and then of course my unsweet decaf tea that I absolutely love. I don't taste it like I normally do, but it was still really good. I mean, it was so good. So, I sat up in the recliner. The first sign of reflux, did not have another episode the rest of the time. And then I focused more on getting fluids in me instead of trying to find out what my taste buds would like. I just went with the ices, the popsicles, I didn't do ice cream as much this time, because the popsicles really helped my mouth out a lot, like with the dryness and all of that. So it was really just, the biggest parts were the chair and not having that acid reflux all the time, because I always had that taste in my mouth. Tomatoes still taste like stomach acid, so I can't, there's no red sauce on anything, no tomatoes on anything. I did find out that cucumbers taste amazing, which I wouldn't have thought that it would have much of a flavor to it, but watermelon, oranges, and cucumbers, absolutely love them. I ate those a lot. On top of, like, that would be like a breakfast thing with the popsicles, and when I would eat something and it started tasting funny, I would eat something sour, like a green apple, cottage cheese, and it doesn't have to be a lot, just whatever it was, whatever it's doing, the sourness in those items, sour cream, right? Just put it on the side of something, and then when you're eating something, when my food would start tasting like, not like it start having that burnt taste to it, I would take a bite of the sour, the cottage cheese or whatever, and it was like it would clear that burnt out and would make the next normal bite, back to something I could tolerate. It didn't just keep going until the charcoal taste got so bad that I couldn't eat anything. So I don't know, maybe that might help. If anybody has that same charcoaly type of taste going on when they eat, put something sour in between, and it neutralizes it or stops it, or whatever magic miracle happens. What else? I would like to believe that maybe the symptoms were a day shorter because maybe I'm getting used to, it's not such a shock that having the treatment. Whereas the very first one was just a shock to my body, and that's why it created all the chaos. I'm hoping that because this is metastatic and there's no end date for treatment, I would like to believe that they get easier as it goes along, and but makes it easier to tolerate, and that I can do the treatments every 3 weeks and not question life choices. So thank you so much for you watching this, and I really sincerely hope it helps. Again, I just want to try to help out for individuals who are on ENHERTU, Perjeta, and or if you know your family member or someone is on ENHERTU, like surprise them with a lemon drop, because it's amazing when your taste buds are all messed up. So again, if you have any questions, put them down in below, and I will see you on an update for Chemo 3. Thank you.